I end again with energy justice. I come from Sierra Leone. I was born in Sierra Leone. Last year, 2008, it was ranked the poorest country in the world. Yet 2 days ago, the president launched the Human Development Report, and I checked, we have graduated 2 steps up. You ask the question, what is poverty reduction? Poverty reduction is not when you move a man from $1 a day to $2 a day. He's still poor. You're simply managing poverty. My country has moved 2 notches up. We're still poor. We have no electricity, no running water. But let me tell you something. Just 4 weeks ago, we confirmed that we have 2 billion barrels of petroleum. Yes, sir. The poorest country in the world now discovers 2 billion barrels, commercially viable petroleum and gas resources on what we call our Venus plot. It's just the first one. Question, will this just be pumped out and sold to the rest of the world? Do our people not have a right to access to electricity? Dr. Pachauri, I am sure, will tell you that energy access is the missing Millennium Development Goals. You cannot fight poverty without creating wealth. You can't create wealth without a cheap source of energy to power economies, nor can you achieve any of the MDGs without electricity. We're pleased to be here. We also have outside, we've arranged some tables through UNIDO support and the Ministry of Economy for partnerships, business partnerships, so please take advantage of it. Mr. President, distinguished guests, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
I hope it is recorded that I'm speaking as KANDEH, KOLLEH, YUMKELLA. I'm not speaking on behalf of the NGC. I chose to talk about governance. I'll talk about that today and tomorrow. I talk about governance for a number of reasons. First of all, in our country today, you take a stand on issues and you take a stand on principle. People accuse you of being overambitious. I hear people saying now that KANDEH YUMKELLA only wants to be president. I hear people saying that KANDEH YUMKELLA has moved on from his father's house to build his own house because he just wants to be president. So I needed to remind a few people of who I am and what I am and where I started. I started political activism long, long ago. When I was 8, 1967 or so, gunmen came to my father's house to shoot him. I was kept as a hostage for several hours. In my close family, some people assume that that's the turning point in my life. So from age 8, I had already experienced the horrors of politics. At CKC, when I was senior prefect, I joined the group when we were doing the demonstrations in Botown. So yes, already at age 17, I was already in my first nationwide demonstration as senior prefect of CKC under the aegis of no college, no school. How many people are from that generation? We, the group of 1977. So yes, our generation, as young folks, we already started challenging the establishment, challenging the one-party state, demanding political pluralism, demanding more accountability and democracy in our country. By the time I was in the United States, in fact, let me go first. When I joined university at Njala, I was already Secretary General in the Student Union. I was already involved in my first demonstrations already 4 weeks into the semester as a freshman. So by 18, I was already in my first demonstration. By the time I got to Cornell, 1983, 1985, I was also demonstrating against apartheid at Cornell. In fact, by the time I became a professor here, as an assistant professor, 1991, with folks like Jimmy KANDEH, Ibrahim Abdallah, Richard During is still in New York, Reverend Samfore, Harry Selenga, Mr. Tijan Savage, we had already formed the Coalition for Social Democratic Change to demand for an end to one-party state in Sierra Leone. So my life has been one of activism, always driving for change, driving and demanding social justice, and in fact, fighting for the rights of others. It is no surprise that in the United States, I actually served as assistant to the Dean for Minority Affairs, my first professional job in this country. So when people try to define me at home, because the perspective there is power and politics and power plays, they don't know that in fact for 30 years and more before I even went back home into politics, I have always been fighting for social justice from very early on, from the age of 17. So that is me. It's always about change, positive change, but more importantly, about good governance. Governance matters. Leadership matters. Whether it is a corporation, it is a university, a school, a nation, the leadership, the way the institutions are governed matters. It matters. So if folks like me vie to go into politics, it is to change the narrative in our country. Because after 56 years, yes, we have achieved a lot. We've even survived a civil war. We've survived Ebola. Now we're trying to survive a major landslide. But governance matters. If the governance is good, prosperity will spread. If the governance is good, there will be happiness. If the governance is bad, we pay for a long time. We pay for a long time. When we did the demonstrations, no college, no school, demanding elections, people did not listen to us. We were teenagers, 17 years old. 17 years old. The late Hindolo Trai and others leading that demonstration. But we, the young kids, joined in. If people had listened then, maybe we would have avoided the civil war. Because then it was about students' rights. It was also only we, the students, who could demand of Shaka Stevens the right for our people to express themselves freely in politics. The demand to end corruption. So let people know back home that if KANDEH YUMKELLA says he's vying for the presidency, it's not for himself. This is what he has done from age 17. From age 17. It has always been about country first. Country first. Our people first. Our people first. And for some of us coming from the families from which we came, that's the tradition we know.
Before I ask Special Representative KANDEH YUMKELLA, my dear friend, to take the floor and take my place here, I want again to express our deep thanks, deep gratitude for his enormously important efforts to launch this initiative. He will be leaving this function in July, but as I said at a private function some days ago, he is probably addicted to the energy issues, so we will certainly stay in contact, but we wish him all the best. But before I ask him to come down here, take the floor, I think we owe him a good round of applause, thanking him for his fantastic effort.
the President of the General Assembly, Deputy Secretary General, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it has taken us over 20 years to make energy central to the development agenda. We express our deep gratitude to you, our member states, for negotiating and agreeing on Sustainable Development Goal number 7, which reads, and I quote, ensuring affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy services for all. Now that we have the goal and its targets, the question is, how do we convert commitments to kilowatt hours for real people? How do we power the third industrial revolution, creating prosperity, jobs, wealth, but at the same time keeping the Earth's thermostat below a 2-degree temperature rise? That, delegates, is the trillion-dollar question. To achieve Sustainable Development Goal number 7, we need an average of over $800 billion investments per year. Governments do not have that kind of resource. Only public-private partnerships will generate that kind of resource flow. This is not about charity. It is about markets and investments.
Hello to everybody. Good day. This is Nazina Outside Corner Talk Show. I did make this video for all the Sierra Leoneans that we concerned. I call this video Papa got my heaven can see picking them through. I call this video free support. Everybody entitled. Everybody equal to the tax. Everybody get right for support. Who that you want support? Na Sierra Leone. And everybody get right for say in bits. They get right for say in mind. My brother and my sisters, we get two people that right now na Sierra Leone. We na Mohamed Kamaremba and Dr. KANDEH YUMKELLA. Una vote for who that una want vote for? Una support who that una want support. Yes? A lot of people they're out there, they're afraid. Then they hide them, colors them. For support not free. When you support and when you not politician, not two different things. And when you support and when you want to become politician or when you dey inside politics, not two different things. You can support who that you want support. Yeah. Everybody entitled, everybody equal to the tax. As for me, on Outside Corner, I support Dr. KANDEH YUMKELLA. Because na a man where they try at the Africa community, yes, na a man where they try. We wanna watch all the side the way they interact, all the thing the way they don't do, all the thing the way they do for now. I believe say now we savior for now. So I encourage all the young boys and all the young girls them. Let nobody not fool you, let nobody not convince you. Vote for Uda. You had to give. Vote for Uda you had to take. Support Uda you had to seek. And vote and support for Uda you feel say this 9 Papa God direct you, follow you, support. Yes? Why are they make this video? I see a lot of we brother and sister and confused at the politics area. Most of them they confused, some of them they're afraid. Yes? Some of them they're afraid. You don't need for Sabi Dr. KANDEH YUMKELLA before you support him. You don't need for be Dr. KANDEH YUMKELLA in brother or in sister or in cousin or in auntie before you support him. Support. You support mean a lot to him. When you support her, you they keep on going, you they push him. You they able to do more. Because na man we come for saving people them. Na man we come for pulling people them inside dark. Na man we come for sorry for in people them. And adande we they always pray for na Sierra Leone. Let the Almighty Allah give we president where they can sorry for we. Where we talk they listen to we. Na ina Dr. KANDEH YUMKELLA. I know say most of we matured enough. Even if they pretend that na politics na game. But at the end of the day, we all know say politics na game. But wait somebody, this one na God na insenam. You know, ask for no. You don't know. To waiting in common anymore because Dr. KANDEH YUMKELLA, all in videos them, all in speech, all everything. We within our social media, we get them, we keep them. Because if you make nonsense or foolish, we they use them against them. So why we all know come out, we come out. We support them. Yes, we support them. Because now a man of dignity, now a respectable man. In word na in word. And it come out there for support and for help and for push Sierra Leone go before. We all know say Sierra Leone now a beautiful country. But because today we people the way they before. One make we country upside down. But the Almighty Allah no go agree. Because at the end of the day, they not to them create that land, not to them make that land. Now Papa God na heaven, now he make that sweet motherland. So we not for the cry all the time. We for support who that we feel say the Almighty God. Don't send for we win a Dr. KANDEH YUMKELLA. Yes. So my brother and my sisters them, I dey stop here for now. Wanna share this video all over. Wanna not forget me not a politician. Na talk show I dey do any side, any area where I want talk. I dey talk then. I'm right. So wanna take care then. May the Almighty Allah bless you now all.
My name is Femi Claudia Cole. I am the leader and chairperson of the Unity Movement. Unity Movement is a new movement that has entered the political arena in Sierra Leone, and I will be running as its presidential candidate in the 2018 general elections. I believe that Sierra Leone is one of the wealthiest nations in Africa. It is blessed with mineral resource, marine resource, and natural beauty. But let's be honest, Sierra Leone is derelict. Corruption and bribery, poor governance has led Sierra Leone to be labeled as one of the poorest countries in Africa. The time for talk is over. Unity Movement is based on 4 pillars: health, education, justice, and economic development. Together, we can change the course of Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone can become the leading African nation that it was supposed to be. Sierra Leone can offer its people, its grandchildren, its great-grandchildren, a future that they can be proud of. We have to do it together. I need your support. I need your vote. Together, we can make Sierra Leone a wonderful place to live. Thank you.